Imagine a world where your life on Earth was just the beginning. A world ruled by gods, golden pyramids, and the promise of a perilous journey after death. In this world, every action, every word, and every secret thought mattered, because the true test awaited you beyond the grave. The ancient Egyptians believed that after dying, your soul entered the Duat, a shadowy underworld filled with challenges. The Duat was not a place of rest, but a realm of uncertainty, where the soul faced trials, puzzles, and terrifying guardians at every turn. But the greatest terror lurking there was Ammit, the devourer of the dead. She was a creature more feared than any serpent or demon, waiting in the shadows for those who failed the ultimate test. Ammit wasn't worshipped or honored, she was feared, a demon whose only purpose was to destroy the souls of the wicked. Her form was a terrifying combination, the head of a crocodile, the body of a lion, and the hindquarters of a hippopotamus, the three most dangerous animals known to the Egyptians. She was the final consequence for those who failed the most important test of their existence. In the Hall of Two Truths, your heart was weighed against the feather of Ma'at, the goddess of truth and justice. Her name literally means devourer of the dead, not just a nickname, but her job. If your heart was heavy with sin, Ammit would consume it, and your soul would be lost forever. Ammit enforced the law of Ma'at, truth, justice, and balance, serving as the executioner, while gods like Osiris and Anubis judged. She was the final step in a process that determined your eternal fate. The afterlife wasn't guaranteed. Ammit was the last, hungry obstacle. For the Egyptians, the fear of her was a powerful motivator to live a life of honesty and virtue. Strangely, her terrifying image was sometimes used to ward off evil, a case of fighting fire with fire. Amulets and carvings of Ammit were believed to protect the living from dark forces, even as they reminded everyone of the fate that awaited the unworthy. But this did little to ease the fear she inspired, the fear of being erased from existence, forgotten forever. To the Egyptians, this was a fate worse than death, to be denied the afterlife, to vanish into nothingness. Ammit was the embodiment of annihilation, the second death from which there was no return. She was the end of hope, the destroyer of memory, and the final judge for those who failed to live by Ma'at. Even the mightiest pharaohs dreaded her, for before Ammit all were equal. No amount of power, wealth, or royal blood could save you if your heart was found wanting. She was the monster at the end of the line, the ultimate enforcer of cosmic justice, a reminder that in the end, only truth and virtue could save your soul from oblivion. Ammit was a chimera, a creature pieced together from the most feared predators in all of ancient Egypt. She was not just a monster of myth, but a living embodiment of the dangers that haunted the Egyptian imagination. Her form was a warning, a symbol, and a story all at once. Ammit had the massive, gaping jaws of a crocodile, the powerful forequarters of a lion, and the hulking hindquarters of a hippopotamus, a terrifying blend of land and water predators. Each part of her body was chosen for its association with death and danger, making her a nightmare that could strike from any direction. The crocodile's head represented the lurking threat of the Nile, where many met their end. The lion's body symbolized the untamed power of the desert, while the hippopotamus was known for its unpredictable aggression in the river. Together, these animals formed a creature that embodied inescapable peril, no matter where you turned. No one could outrun her on land, outswim her in water, or overpower her strength. Ammit was the ultimate hunter, a beast that ruled every domain. Over the centuries, artists reimagined her form, sometimes giving her a hippopotamus's head, or the body of a dog, or even adding new animal features. Yet no matter how her image changed, she was always depicted as a monstrous devourer, feared by all. Her appearance was always meant to inspire terror, a visual reminder of the fate that awaited the wicked. In some rare depictions, Ammit even wore the pharaoh's striped Nemes headdress, a powerful symbol that not even the mightiest rulers could escape her judgment. She was a force above all, a judge no one could bribe or avoid. Ammit's monstrous form stood as a warning to all Egyptians. Before the scales of justice, everyone was equal. Rich or poor, powerful or weak, all faced her if their hearts were found wanting. Her terrifying appearance was not just for show, it was a promise. For those who failed the test of the afterlife, Ammit offered a gruesome end, devouring their souls for eternity. She was the ultimate predator, the sum of every Egyptian fear, a living nightmare that haunted the imagination of all who believed in the afterlife. To see her image was to understand the stakes of the afterlife, and to know that judgment was inescapable. Ammit was the face of final judgment, the last thing a wicked soul would ever see. Death, for Egyptians, was a journey through the Duat, a realm of magic, monsters, and gods. The goal reached the Hall of Two Truths for the final judgment. The Book of the Dead served as a guide, filled with spells to help the soul survive the underworld's dangers. At the hall, the soul faced 42 divine judges and Osiris, king of the underworld. The deceased made a negative confession, declaring innocence of various sins. All the while, Ammit waited by the scales, silent and menacing. Her presence was a constant reminder. Fail this test, and your journey ends in oblivion. She was the ultimate motivation to live a life of truth and justice. The climax of judgment was the weighing of the heart. Egyptians believed the heart recorded every deed and emotion, a true measure of the soul. Anubis placed the heart on one side of the scales, a feather of Ma'at on the other. The feather symbolized perfect truth and justice. Thoth, the scribe god, recorded the outcome with absolute impartiality. If the heart was lighter or equal to the feather, the soul was pure. If heavier, it meant a life of sin and falsehood. Ammit sat beside the scales, jaws open, ready to devour the unworthy. Her presence gave the ceremony its gravity. She was the consequence of failure. The threat of Ammit made the test real, not just symbolic. She was the teeth behind the law of Ma'at. The weighing of the heart was the ultimate test, one with no second chances. If the heart failed the test, Thoth recorded the verdict, and Osiris gave the signal. Anubis tossed the heavy heart to Ammit, who devoured it in a single gulp. This act erased the soul's identity, memory, and hope. Total annihilation. The Egyptians called this the second death, the end of the soul itself. There was no paradise, no reunion, no rebirth, just oblivion. For a culture obsessed with the afterlife, this was the ultimate failure. All the tombs, mummification, and treasures meant nothing if the heart was heavy. Ammit was the guardian of oblivion, ensuring the wicked were erased forever. The soul was lost, its name forgotten, its essence scattered. She was not just a monster, but the enforcer of cosmic balance. The fear of Ammit kept Egyptians striving for virtue. She was the final stop for the unworthy. But if the heart was light, the soul was declared true of voice. Osiris welcomed the righteous into the afterlife. Ammit remained hungry. The blessed dead entered Aru, the field of reeds, a paradise of endless fields, peace, and reunion with loved ones. Here, they lived forever, free from pain and sorrow. This was the reward for a virtuous life and the ultimate goal of Egyptian religion. The hope of Aru and the fear of Ammit shaped every aspect of Egyptian life and death. Elaborate tombs, mummification, and rituals all aimed to secure a place in paradise. Escaping Ammit wasn't just about survival. It was about earning eternal bliss. The journey through the Duat was perilous, but the promise of Aru made it worth the risk. Ammit and Aru, fear and hope side by side. Egyptians didn't leave their fate to chance. They used magic and preparation to tip the scales. The Book of the Dead was their afterlife cheat sheet, filled with spells and instructions. Chapter 125 provided the exact words for the negative confession. Special spells told the heart not to betray its owner during judgment. Protective amulets, especially the heart scarab, were placed on mummies to keep the heart light. These magical tools aimed to ensure the soul passed the test, regardless of past deeds. Most surviving texts show the soul succeeding. Ammit left hungry. Judgment was a ritual to prepare for, not an impossible barrier. With the right knowledge and magic, anyone could hope to escape Ammit's jaws. Preparation was everything in the quest for eternal life. Ammit's legend didn't die with ancient Egypt. She lives on in modern pop culture. In Marvel's Moon Knight, she's reimagined as a powerful goddess with her own agenda, judging souls before they sin. In Rick Riordan's Kane Chronicles, she appears as the classic Devourer, true to myth. Cartoons like Mummies Alive turn her into a comical sidekick, while shows like Primeval feature her as a prehistoric crocodile goddess. These adaptations show her flexibility, from terrifying villain to quirky pet. Ammit's core idea remains: She is the judge's sentence, the consequence of evil. Her story introduces new generations to Egyptian mythology in fresh ways. Whether as a monster or a misunderstood force, she endures. Mythological figures like Ammit inspire endless creativity. Her timeless appeal proves the power of ancient stories. Ammit endures because she embodies a universal truth. Our actions have consequences, and no one can escape the results of their deeds. In the mythology of ancient Egypt, Ammit was not just a monster to be feared, but a force that demanded accountability from every soul. The idea of a final judgment appears in many cultures, but Ammit is a uniquely Egyptian symbol of inescapable justice. She sat beside the scales in the Hall of Ma'at, waiting to devour the hearts of those who failed the test of truth. This chilling image made the afterlife feel immediate and personal. Her monstrous form, a blend of crocodile, lion, and hippo, makes her unforgettable. Each animal was chosen for its ferocity, combining to create a creature that inspired awe and terror in equal measure. She is a masterclass in monster design, a visual warning of doom. Her image was a constant reminder that evil deeds would not go unpunished, and that justice was always watching. Ammit's story reveals what the Egyptians valued: truth, balance, and the fear of oblivion. The scales of Ma'at were not just a myth, but a moral compass for the living, guiding them to lead honest lives. She's the gatekeeper between paradise and annihilation, the teeth behind the law. For the ancient Egyptians, Ammit was both a threat and a necessary guardian, ensuring that only the worthy could pass into eternal peace. By studying her, we glimpse the hopes and anxieties of an ancient world. Ammit's legend tells us about their fears of chaos, their longing for order, and their belief in the power of truth. Whether in history books or superhero shows, her core message remains. Ammit's story has echoed through the centuries, inspiring artists, writers, and filmmakers to reimagine her as a symbol of justice and consequence. She is the Devourer, the final consequence, and a timeless reminder that the weight of our hearts is what truly matters. In every retelling, she asks us to consider the legacy we leave behind. In the end, Ammit is more than a monster. She is the symbol of ultimate justice, a mythic figure who continues to challenge us to live with integrity and face the truth within ourselves.